Sir, good evening, sir. May I start, sir?
Okay, sir.
Thank you, sir. Good evening to one and all. A warm welcome to 31st International Workshop on top tips for writing an excellent research paper, jointly organized by Internal Quality Assurance Cell, NEHU, Northeastern Hill University, Shillong, Meghalaya, and Indian Society for Training and Development, ISTD, Shillong chapter, Meghalaya, in collaboration with Department of Philosophy and IQAC Moran College affiliated to Dibrugarh University, Assam, and Department of Philosophy, Sri Venkateswara University, Tirupati, Andhra Pradesh. A warm welcome to today's keynote speaker, Professor P. Chennai sir, my own guru, Professor Prabhasankar Sukla sir, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Northeastern Hill University, Professor Raja Reddy sir, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Sri Venkateswara University, Professor Mithali Kova ma'am, Principal, Moran College, Dr. Rajendra Prasad Bartakur sir, IQAC Coordinator, Moran College, Professor B.S. Mipun sir, Chairperson ISTD Shillong Chapter, Professor A.S. Dikshit sir, Director IQAC, NEHU Shillong, Dr. Sutasini Gogoi Madam, Head Department of Philosophy, Moran College, and noble participants. Our regular participants are always joining. We are grateful to them. Here today, Professor P. Chennai sir is going to deliver a keynote address on whenever you are writing anything, it is your duty to focus on your mind and watch your mind moment to moment, what you are going. So 5 W's and 1 H, what to write, when to write, how to write, whom to write. So all these 5 W's and 1 H is very, very important. It is our duty to follow based on the learning styles. Some are auditory, some are visionary, some are kinesthetic. At the same time, cognitive theories, behavioristic theories, gestalt theories, social learning theories, so many, and critical thinking. So it is our duty to think what purpose, what is the main aim of the paper, is there any research gaps. So sometimes it's a descriptive type, sometimes you can empirical, so based on the need, based on the purpose, so based on the subject, different types of. In this workshop we are going to provide you Sage, Springer, Nature, Taylor and Francis, and many tips, 5 tips to 21 tips, so many steps are there. The best way of recently I completed one course on article writing from LinkedIn MOOC course. I received more than 100 prizes, essay writing, elocution quiz, and that will take even Professor Chennai sir is my guru. Whenever any international Human Rights Day, 10th December and 21st September International Peace Day, some other occasions, Sri Venkateswara University organized so many essay writing and elocution competitions. Being a student, scholar, postdoctoral fellow, I attended, and so it is our duty to motivate our students also to write. Every day minimum. Professor Chennai is our last 41 years writing Hindi, English, Telugu in handwriting. Not only reading, even writing also. Nowadays, we are not in a position to write. So suppose from UPSC side, it is your duty. You can write the essays. So if you only typing things, not writing in by your hand, so it is not good. Always better even handwritten. By seeing your handwriting, the people can assess your personality also. So Professor Chennai sir is going to concentrate on all these aspects: philosophical, psychological, sociological, technological, and spiritual also. We need writing, not only even words, even it is our duty to write pleasantly, not to criticize. Now you are aware many people they arrested because of their wrong writing in the Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, posting negative things. Please keep control your mind. So then only based on your activity, based on your behavior, you will get rewards. With this, we are going to play Vande Mataram. We'll start our program with Vande Mataram. Then our Professor P. Chennai sir will deliver keynote address.
वन्दे मातरम् वन्दे मातरम् सुजला सुफला मलयज शीतला सस्यश्यामला मातरम् वन्दे मातरम् शुभ्रज्योत्स्ना पुलकितयामिनी पुल्लकुसुमित द्रुमदलशोभिनी सुहासिनी सुमधुरभाषिणी सुखदां वरदां मातरं वन्दे मातरम् वन्दे मातरम्.
Thank you. I am requesting Professor P. Chennai sir, today's keynote speaker and coordinator, my guru, to deliver keynote address. Over to you, sir.
Respectable coordinator, Dr. Amresh sir, who is the designer for this program, and all the participants of the program. Human being is a learning human being. He has the sense organs and motor organs, mind and the soul. Constantly from birth to death, wherever you are, whatever things he is doing, he is learning constantly through eye, ear, nose, tongue, skin. Learning his way of life. So here we have a learning skills, learning habits, learning skills we have. We get various types of information through learning skills. So here, listening, art of listening. We listen very carefully. If you listen very attentively, carefully, we can learn many things. It is a great help for learning many things. Art of listening solves many problems. It is a great source for learning without any cost. Reading. We read PhD theses. We read materials. We read various types of things. Through reading, while we are reading, we use the dictionary. We read various types of things. Reading also one of the great source for getting more knowledge. Another skill is the speaking. So in the teaching field, in the administration, in the communication, we are using the skill of speaking. It is an effective communication skill. The speaking skill depends upon the listening, the reading, the total input we have in the mind. We express through your speaking. Writing here, writing on a PhD thesis, writing on an article, writing on a book, writing anything. If you have a knowledge in our mind, you have more information in our mind, then we can write very effectively. if in our house the water tank is filled with water, if you start the tap, it may come very forcefully. If our overhead tank has no water, if you start our tap, we don't find any force of the water or water. In the same manner, we have to fill our total mind relating with the research or anything for writing anything. If you collect more information relating the all affairs, then if you start writing, you can get more skillful outlook in the writing. For that, effective preparation is the most important thing in the life. So for research, for administration, for knowledge, anything, constant learning through various types of skills are most important. So here I have done something about research on the world famous American philosopher William James. Is a pragmatic philosopher. He said, so if you want to write anything, you have to practice more. Writing, if it wants to create a wonderful outlook, you have to prepare, you have to done very nicely. So he said many things about the learning. The constant learning is essential to do good work, to live very effectively. So here in the William James, he said about human life. So I'm telling about some research findings relating with the world famous philosopher William James, a pragmatic philosopher. The good we do today becomes the happiness of tomorrow. So he's a very practical person. If you work very effectively on research, if you collect more information, creative information, if you start writing, then you can find a more effective presentation in our writing. So in the same manner, if you do good things, helping others, talking nicely, altruistic activities, automatically these actions will give a happiness in the coming days or the coming months or tomorrow in the future, anything. For that, good activity is the most important thing for future happiness. So here in the life, while you are doing research or are doing any job or any administration, we find various types of problems. Tension is a habit, relaxation is a habit. Bad habits can be broken, good habits can be reformed. So here the great research philosopher William James, he said, we can change our life on the basis of our efforts. So here, so what is the important thing in the life? What is the greatest use of our life? If you spend more time on a very valuable, everlasting work that is a memorable for future generations, if you concentrate on that work, that is a memorable work, that is a very valuable work, that is a very nice time in our life. So here we have a stressful things. We have to avoid a stress. For that, we allow thoughts. The thoughts are the sources for stress. At the same time, we may overcome one thought by another. We may rectify our stress conditions in our mind on the basis of inviting various types of thoughts. So in the human failure, what is the main source for a human failure? So here, lack of soul, lack of confidence on the true self is the source for failure of human activities. So here in the William James said, the greatest invention or discovery of our generation is, if we want to change our mind, we can change our mind through change of our attitude. If you change your attitude, you can change your mind. On the basis of change of mind, you can change your way of life. So the mind is the most important thing for change of life. For that, he's telling, for a change of life, for a change of mind, you need constant watchfulness. You have to watch your internal activities and the external activities. If you watch continuously all types of activities, then you can fix what is right action and what is wrong action. You can do right things on the basis of your understanding. So here, the William James, a practical philosopher of the world, telling that the deepest nature of human being is to be appreciated. So all people are expecting appreciation, good words on their work, on their life. So actually, appreciation is the most important thing for our life. So here, the most important thing in our life is change of attitudes. What are the attitudes we find? We have various types of attitudes. So here in the philosophy of William James, he said, the psychology is nothing but study of mental life. So he's telling, if you want to do some good things in the future, start now. He's telling now is the all time. The future becomes present. The present becomes past. The present is the all time. So you have to concentrate all the things in the present. The present is the most important thing in the life. So living at present is the most important thing in the life. So he is telling, if you study abnormal things, you can understand the present healthy conditions also. He's telling maturity of the life. So what do you mean by maturity? Constant watching of your body, constant watching of your mind. If you are doing anything with a constant watching point of view, then you don't find anything. So here he's telling the positive images of future. So if you have a positive image, good ideas about your future, then these ideas creates extraordinary energy with you. These ideas may give some magnetic force, extraordinary energy. You may do wonderful things in the future on the basis of positive images relating with the future life. If you have a negative images relating with the future life, so you may have some effect on the basis of future images, but they may create damage for your career. They may lead to despair life. So a life which is not happy. So you have to do very nicely about your future. So if you say your life is a very lively one, pleasant one, then you may operate your life very nicely. So if you have a belief on your life, then you can start nicely. So you have imagination. If you focus more ideas on imagination, your imagination creates extraordinary changes. So you have to plan about your future. Your future is at the present. You have to understand very carefully about the present life to give more future about the understanding of human existence. That is the most important thing in the life. So here what William James said about the researchers, the education. So the education is a constant learning without any postponement, without having any disorder, without having any misunderstanding. Constant learning is the most important thing in the life. So wherever you are, whatever the thing you are doing, learn more things about your future continuously. So here he said, so education is a learning experience relating with all experience of life. So here, so excellency comes through your learning. When you start learning more things, then you will get more understanding about the human existence. Human existence is the most important thing in the life. So, um, so personality development, he is telling the body development, the mind development, the soul development, and the spiritual development. He is telling your soul is a driving force for your life. Wherever you are, whatever the thing you are doing, do constantly about anything with the help of your soul. Soul plays vital role in giving guidance. Your soul is your guru. Don't disappoint with anything. You have a natural soul. So human beings have no confidence on soul. That's why they are doing many things. Confidence on soul is the most important thing for a successful life. That is the most important thing in the life. So success. So he's telling about failure and the success. The success depends upon the attitude of the person. So if the person has a nice attitude, then we don't find any problem. Attitude plays a vital role. So if you allow anything with a positive manner, without having any disorder, with wiseness, you may allow anything. So here, learning with a positive outlook creates extraordinary changes in the brain cells. So he's telling to create change in the external world, to create change in the outer world, you have to create change in your inner mind. So changing of inner mind is the most important thing in the life. That is the most important thing in the life. So change your life. For that, understand your thoughts, emotions, ideas, everything. Then you can live very positively. So positive understanding comes from constant awareness. So here the William James said for learning experiences. So what is our mind? Our mind is information we have received from sense organs, eye, ear, nose, tongue, skin. With the 5 sense organs, we received various types of information. This information is a asset for our various types of activities. So whatever the thing we have fed in the mind, that is our mind. So he is telling for a harmonious thing, for a research, for administration, for a good life, for a harmonious life, for anything, thought watching is the most important thing. He is telling your perception creates thoughts. Your thoughts creates your way of life. Your way of life itself is your way of reality. For that, watch constantly your thought process. If you start watching constantly your thought process, you may select, you may decide various types of thoughts which are good for your life, which are useful for your life, which are not useful for your life. You can use thoughts very carefully, then you can live very pleasantly. Thought understanding is the most important thing. He's telling the human destruction, the human welfare, the human love, the human understanding. So all things are based on the actual nature of the thought. So you have to understand your thought process. So at present, in the writing of articles, in the writing of books, in the theses, in the writing, we may give our communication the speaking manner, in the writing manner. We may write various types of things in the life. For that, here William James said, watch your words, watch your actions, watch your mind. If you miss watching our words, our expressions, unnecessarily things, disorder things may come outside. They may create problems. So before releasing any word or any action, Be careful, be watchful. Otherwise, your word may create harmfulness to you. Your action may create imprisonment to you. So your actions, your words play vital role for happiness of your life, or if you misuse your words, your actions, your life will become unpleasant, disastrous, catastrophic. So just like a health thing, that's why he's telling we are learning through various types of sense organs, we are getting information, we are writing something, we are getting degrees, we are getting various types of things, but for a pleasant life, watchfulness of body, watchfulness of word, watchfulness of action, watchfulness of soul, watchfulness of external world is the most important thing. If you miss watchfulness, there is a destruction. So he's telling watchfulness is the light. Whenever you are, whatever the thing you are doing, you have to use watchfulness. Then only you can be very pleasant. While writing anything, watch very careful. Then you can write very pleasantly. So here, for doing good research, for getting administrative job, to live very harmoniously in the society, or to have a nice communication with the nature and the world, we need intelligence, a integrated understanding, a understanding based of goodness, love, understanding. So watchfulness, these are most important thing for integrated life and integrated education. Integrated life and integrated education is essential for our human survival also. So if we have nice education, we can live very pleasantly in the world. I concluded this speech, Amare sir.
Sir, thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Now I am allowing the participants to interact with Professor P. Chinnai, sir. Over to the participants.
Good evening, sir. Sir, my name is Venkateswara Ganapati.
Please, sir. Please, sir.
Sir is not there.
I will can mute Chennai, sir.
Now he's coming. Yeah.
Yeah, please.
Sir, my question is, sir, William James
tell me.
said two understanding of the self. So the first one is the self as me, and the second one is self as I. So kindly explain the statement, sir. From my point of view, both the statements are true. What is your opinion about it, sir?
Self as me and self as I.
Yes, sir.
So
Yes.
here, this is a wonderful statement given by the William James. So self as me, self as I. So here, we have a knowledge through sense organs. We have a material. So your name, your position, your job, your knowledge, your status, your many things. You have accumulated more information. So you are an administrator, lawyer, judge, so many things. I'm example. So one way, the knowledge, the memory, the ego, the learning experience, the accumulated information, the accumulated images is called me, the self as me. This is acquired by human being. But here, self as I, it is free from knowledge. It is a soul. It is a pure consciousness. It is a by birth. It is a soul. It is a God. It is a pure consciousness. It is free from the accumulated memory. So the pure soul, the pure soul has the existence, the consciousness, and bliss. The me, I has three qualities. One is it has a permanency. It has a natural quality of knowing what actually happening in the surroundings in the world. At the same time, the me, I has the natural quality of bliss, happiness. That is it has a tremendous power of intuition. The I, the me, the self as me, the self as I. The self as I is a pure soul, pure consciousness. The self as a me, this is the accumulated knowledge. It is a memory. It is a consciousness. It is a all type of accumulated egoistic information. So here in the acquired knowledge, we have a limited sources. We may operate thoughts positive or negative. We may do all types of things on the basis of self as a me. But the self as a I, we use with the intuition, with the extraordinary sensing. It has a extraordinary understanding about the world and the universe. So Venkateswara, have you
Yes,
got
sir.
some clarity?
Yeah. Yes, sir. I got it, sir. Excellent explanation, sir. Thank you very much. Sir, shall I
Welcome.
ask my another doubt, sir? With your kind
Ask
permission.
me. Ask me.
Sir, what is the relationship between attitude and behavior, sir?
So here the behavior is here in the behavior we find good things and bad things. Here the behavior relating with the conversation. We may talk the positively or negatively. The actions we may do good things or bad things. We may think positively or negatively. So the external behavior. So how you are talking with your fellow human beings, how you are living with society. So all your activities relating with interpersonal relations, conversations, helping, cooperation, understanding, various types of, this is a behavior. Behavior means activity, that is a conduct. Activity relating with conversation, activity relating with actions, activity relating with thoughts, activity relating with various types of other activities. This is a behavior. So all types of activities of the person is relating with the behavior. So another attitude. So here attitude is a position relating with the vision on life. So here it is a one type of a philosophical understanding. So attitude, it depends. Sometimes the success or a failure depends upon the attitude. For example, if you have a positive means everything is right. So if you think like that, then a failure or success, anything happen, there is no problem. So here attitude is relating with vision on life, activity, society, and this is a philosophical part. This is a one type of position. So here you see, for example, at present in the human society, people are talking about we have to get a job, we have various types, we have to accumulate various types of flats, lands, everything. So if you want to get anything, we may be in a poor condition. That is a one vision relating with the society. That is also attitude relating with one person. So another level, one vision relating with, we have come with the emptiness, we are going with the emptiness, we are a traveler in the world, we need only little things, we may stay sometime, we have to live here without having any ambition, without having stress, live with a simple manner, without having any liabilities. This is also one vision. So vision relating with life is a attitude. So here behavior is various types of activities relating with the conduct is called behavior. So do you have some clarity, Venkat Subramanian garu?
Yes, sir. Nice explanation, sir, with more examples, sir, practical example. Thank you very much.
Okay,
Thank you,
okay, thank you. Thank you.
Any other?
Sir,
Arun Kumar.
I'm Arun Singhal from Dehradun. Just wanted to know the relation between happiness and contentment, you know. So, what is the...
Arun Kumar Singhal.
That's right.
You are from which place?
So I'm from Dehradun.
You are from which
From
place, sir?
Dehradun.
Okay. So what is the relation? Again, ask me what is the difference between
No,
happiness and
it's
contentment?
a relation between happiness and contentment.
So here, happiness, relationship between happiness and contentment. This is your question, sir.
Yes.
So happiness is a state of mind. So here, so happiness, if you want to get happiness, you need a pleasant feeling, consideration, compassion, helpfulness, generosity, good things. If you focus on more positive things to society, you may get. But actually, happiness is a silent state of mind. When there is no desires in the mind, when there is no stress in the mind, when there is no ambition in the mind, when there is no any disturbances, we find a tranquil state in our mind that is called happiness. That happiness is free from any disorder. So here, if you have a lovely feeling without having any expectation, that lovely feeling itself is a state of happiness. When you have traveled a forest, you have seen a beautiful things and the animals and everything, you got a tranquil, silent, still mind in the forest area. You have no any thought process disturbances. There you find a state of tranquil feeling that is called happiness. So actually, happiness is a state of mind. There we don't find any disturbances. There we find a cool and pleasant feeling that is called happiness. So here contentment means it is a measurement. So here in our life, if you observe the people, some people may have upper to our life. Some people may be a lower to. For example, I may get a salary of 1,000 rupees. Somebody may have 1,100. He may be superior to me. Somebody got 900. He is inferior to me. But here, in the comparison, we find superior people and inferior people. If you want to live very pleasantly, live without any comparison. So here, contentment comes when you live without any comparison. So if you live with anything what actually it is. So if you content what you have, without comparing, without expectation, without if you feel what you have, that is a contentment. So contentment is a great source for happiness. So if you have no contentment, if you have more ambitions, more greeds, more attachments, you won't get happiness. So actually, contentment is a very positive state of mind. It is a very intelligent state of mind. It is a maturity level of understanding. This contentment creates a pleasant and a positive still feeling in the mind. There we find happiness. So one way contentment leads to happiness. Contentment is a wisdom. So here happiness is a bliss. So both are interrelated, both are very positive things, both are very friendly things. If you have a contentment, automatically we may get happiness. So one way, the byproduct of contentment is happiness. So Arun Kumarji, have you got some information?
Yes, sir. So some information. And I believe, the people who are not content are not happy either,
Yes, it is true. It is true. Because when there is no contentment, there we find ambition, greed, attachment, disturbances, and everything. There we don't find any tranquility. There we find a violent and a disturbed environment that leads to wars, destruction, violence, thefts, exploitation, everything. So when you have a contentment, then you can create a positive society, a harmonious human being life also.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. With the permission of Professor Chennai, sir, may I add one more thing, sir?
Please.
Yes, sir. Yes. So, Arun Kumar, sir, very nice question. Actually, according to psychology, happiness is a state of mind. So, simply to define the contentment is being happy completely, is an emotional state of mind. So, all the content people are happy people, but all the happy people
Yeah.
are not content, because
Agree.
wherever is state, the contentment those who have, they will take everything is a positive way. But all the happiest people, they may not be,
Right.
because it is changing. Happiness is very much happy. I am slightly happy. So is the level is there, but contentment is a complete happiness, a state of mind with pleasure, just like a sadhus. They have contentment. They are not happy, but they have contentment, means they are always. So Professor Chennai sir is the best example for contentment. Maybe we are happy, but sir has always pleasant, whatever completeness. This is my observation, sir.
Sir, can I just
Thank
maybe ask one thing?
Yeah, please. Go
Yes.
ahead.
So the line of contentment we have to keep on drawing, while we are moving. So being happy, but the line of contentment keeps on moving. Is it right?
Yes.
Yes.
Whether situation is a positive or negative,
Right.
everything there just there is no such type of impact of anything, because it is created by himself, and completeness, heartfulness, mindfulness people, they have contentment.
Thank you.
Welcome, sir.
Complete maintenance of balance in contentment is the most important for constant flowering of happiness. So here balance is the most important. So while
True,
we
sir.
are driving two-wheeler, we maintain some balance. So balance is the most important for successful driving. In the same manner, we have to maintain balance in contentment. Then we can expect continuous happy experiences psychologically in our life. Okay, sir.
So Dr. Geeta madam raised your hand. Do you have any query, Dr. Geeta ji?
Yes, a very good
Please.
evening to all the organizers and the participants. This is Dr. Geeta from SCRT Delhi. And
Please,
Yes,
madam.
yes.
We
uh,
talked, yes, ma'am. Myself and Professor Chennai sir interacted with you. Yes.
Yes, please.
actually, I also wanted to congratulate the team for such a beautiful explanation and relationship between happiness and contentment. But sometimes I feel if we are happy, if we are contented all the time, don't you think it will bring a sort of stagnation? It will diminish my desire to move forward, to do something. For example, if I take the example of a person who is working as a teacher, if the person is contented, happy, enjoying his profession, he will never strive to move further professionally. So don't you think this sort of contentment will bring stagnation in the life of a person? So how can we keep on moving ahead and still be contented and happy?
So it is a very good question. So here, our life, we have to fix various types of goals, moment to moment. If you miss goals, we won't achieve. But here, action is the most important thing. You said about the India and everything. So the human being have an extraordinary energy to do many things. We have achieved the science, technology, robots, engineering, the space sciences, many technological discoveries, inventions, everything. So we have developed, human beings developed with a courageous manner, all developments. These are achievements, these are successes. So here, the contentment is a state where you are throughout your life, So here in this connection, I have to tell one beautiful quotation by Gautama Buddha. He said, "To be ideal is a shortcut to death. To be diligent is a way of life." Throughout your life, you may be in the employment or a retirement or a old age or anything that is immaterial. You should have to work with a courageous manner. To be ideal is a short. If you are not doing anything, you may enter your death with a short route and a short time. Diligent is a way of life. Diligent means hard work, continuous effort throughout your life. You may be old or young, whatever the state. Complete hard work is the most, that state we need here. So here the contentment is relating with, so I am doing something, I am experimenting something, I got this, okay, I am contenting, but I am not closing this. My motivation is there, my extraordinary energy is there, constantly I am doing, but there is no stoppage and block for the invention, everything. There is no stoppage for our efforts. Constant efforts are there. Whatever the achievements I have, to avoid stress, to avoid disappointment, to avoid unhappiness, here we are accepting what we are, what our achievement is. Then again we are starting. So the contentment we are using to avoid disappointment and despair and to avoid psychological stress. But we are doing constantly all affairs without any expectation. If you do many great things without expectation of results, we may achieve more than our expectation. So here we may do many things, we may achieve many things in the world from India point of view, for world point of view, because we are one human family. We may be yellow or a green or a long or a short or geographically we are a human being, psychologically we are. So here William James also telling that in this connection, we human beings just like a sea, we find various types of islands in the sea. There we find a difference, but inside we find a connection. So here in the human society, we may do many things, achieve many things. While doing all the things to avoid stress and unhappiness, we may operate the contentment to live peacefully for that. But our efforts are most important. We may do all things with a courageous manner, but whatever the achievement we have, we accept. That acceptance point we are calling here contentment. On the achievement of something, we feel pleasant, we may call happiness, but our approach is constant work, constant achievement, constant energy, constant motivation, just like a light without any stoppage. We have to develop constantly our inner motivation to achieve many things. So, madam, I think you have got some information from my explanation.
Very beautiful explanation, sir.
Doctor,
So,
yes,
so,
yes, with the permission of
action without expectation. Action, keep on
Yes.
going, keep on doing your best, and you don't expect the don't focus on the output. Such a beautiful explanation. Thank you so much.
Yes. So you
the
are from
permi-
SCR.
I'm from SCRT Delhi.
Okay, all the best. Have a nice
With the-
meeting, madam.
with the permission of Professor Chennai, sir, may I add one more, sir? Very nicely, Professor Chennai, sir, beautifully explained. But Dr. Geeta, madam, maybe your understanding is right, but those people who have contentment, they never keep silent. At the same time, they accept the situation, whatever it is, whether favorable or unfavorable, whether positive or negative. But happiness is a joy. Sometimes, whenever you are doing, if you are not getting joy, you are not able to repeat the same thing. But those people who have contentment, they accept the situation. Now, suppose raining, okay, accept it. Everything, they're being a state of mind to accept. And at the same time, they never expect also. Professor Chennai sir always say, expectation is a poison. So the contentment is accepting, just accept it, whatever in your life. So there is one saying in our Telugu also, Edi Jerigina Ni Manchike, Professor Chennai sir and myself from Andhra Pradesh. So whatever is happening in your life, treat it as for it is for your well-being, for your greatness, for your progress.
Thank you.
So,
Thank you so much.
Pawan Kumar is a screen. So, will you ask any question? Vatla Pawan Kumar.
Sir, Pawan Kumar sir, principal. You can unmute, sir. Pawan Kumar sir. Yeah.
60% of Americans have been a victim of a security scam,
Yes, sir.
and
Namaste, sir.
90% of emails arrive completely unchecked for malicious intent. For the first time, email phishing and scam
sir.
detection comes to your mobile inbox with edit.
Sir. Hello, sir. Namaste, sir.
Namaste, namaste,
Hello.
please, sir.
Sir, William James, who is invented that philosophy and psychological school content, sir. That emotional and psychological concepts, sir. Explain briefly, sir.
Pardon once again. What is your question, please?
William James, what is this? Who is this? That what type of psychological and philosophical content, school of contents? Explain, sir, briefly.
So actually, so here William James is a pragmatic philosopher. He said about the psychology. His definition for psychology is psychology is the study of mental life. So he said about the mind, consciousness, behavior, inner consciousness, and the everything. So he said action is the most important than ideal. His approach for education is you have to learn many things with a practical manner. The entire world is our source for learning many things. So action without learning is not useful. The practical outlook we find. So here, relating with learning and the human life, the William James said, if you have expectation relating with the future achievements and everything, or you are dreaming about your future, you start now. He's telling now is the most important thing to implement all your plans. Don't expect anything in the future. So your past is dead. The future is uncertain. The now is the most important. So concentrate moment to moment all your activities. Then you can get more learning experiences. So here his education is a practical education, life-oriented education. He's telling we have various types of psychological problems, just like a stress. So here the stress is a result of the thought. To avoid stress, we are inviting again another thoughts. Just like you see, one person got snake, poisonous snake bite. So if they go with the hospital, they may give a injection called antivenom injection in the to spoil, to dilute the effects of the poison. In the same manner, here William James are telling we are getting happiness and unhappiness, education, skills, all the things through thought process. The thoughts are playing vital role for the destiny of our life. Sometimes we may commit suicide on the direction of this thought. Sometimes we may kill somebody on the basis of the thought. The thought is playing the positive things and the negative things. But here he is telling, be watchful on your thought. If you have very dangerous thought, you can take another thought to dilute the thought effects of the future, the previous thought. So thought plays vital role. Thought solves many problems. Thought dilutes the effects of other thoughts. So here is the integrated person, practical person, is a psychologist, psychology of integrated understanding. He is telling understand body, mind, emotions, soul, external world. At the same time, for education, learning should be based on doing, practical experimentation with society, world, nature, all experiences of your life. So I have given something to you. Are you clear? Pavan Kumar, all clear. Okay. Amareshwar. Amareshwar, are you listening?
Hello, sir. Hello,
Pavan
sir.
sir, you
William
can
James.
unmute.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Okay. So, are you clear?
Pavan sir, are you clear?
Yes, sir. Yes, that William James is one quotation is there, sir. William James is that modern psychologist, father of modern psychologist. That one quotation is
Yes, yes,
given. One quotation is given. That
yes.
top, how can rotating, that speedy, that suddenly to break up of our stop. That to explain, sir. That to explain
Tell
to
me.
the top is like, for example, top to rotating, that speedy rotating, then suddenly that stop. That our human being behaving to explain, then that content to issue, that William James is modern father of psychologist. Okay, sir.
Again, you tell me that quotation, the quotation for clarity of the question. What is the what?
For example, top, that is Bangaram. Top,
Top means what? Don't know.
Bangaram, sir, Bangaram. Bangaramu. Bangaramu, how
Gold.
can that rotating? How can that rotating spot speed and fastly, then suddenly to stop? That explain about our human behavior and stress and strain. That to
What is
issue.
the Amresh sir? Amresh sir.
Sir,
Amresh
actually,
sir.
sir is narrating the human behavior, human is changing, just like in our Telugu we have Bangaram, na sir.
Top.
Oh, okay. Understood. I asked for understanding the question. So
Yes.
actually, uh, in every human action, because if you want to talk somebody, we may start on the basis of idea, we may close after 1 or 2 minutes, or if you want to talk 1 hour, we may continue our energy, or if you want to do some works on the basis of our expectation, we may continue. So here the moment of that part Bongaram, that movement. So it depends upon the force, the energy. In the same manner, in the human behavior also, the moment, the flowering of moment depends upon the actual energy of the motivation or the actual energy of the effort. Automatically, every effort or every moment has their limitations. So up to some time, they may go with a silent state. Then again, we start energy, it may rotate. So it is there in the human life also. Here it is called silence and action. Sometimes we may do many activities. Sometimes we may take a rest. In the same manner, in the daily manner, we may take a sleep. Again, we may wake and we may do. So here, action and inaction, the silence and the action, these are there in the human life. So here in the William James also telling, so the life is a flexible. Sometimes we are very active, sometimes we are selling. So this is the nature of the human being and the nature of the world. So we have to understand the psychological state of movement and the silence. Then if you understand the silence and the movement, we can understand the integrated process of the human life. So I think that you got some clarity, Pavan Kumarji.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Amresh sir.
Sir, any other? Yes, sir. Okay, sir. Only a last one clarification before concluding. Sir, here publication, always we are treating it as a oral written publication only. But I want to ask one regarding recent comment on Muhammad Pravakta by Nupur Sharma and others. So why these people are making the type of comments controversial, sir?
So actually, it is a very beautiful question. So here, human beings have two aspects. One is identification is a bondage, non-identification is a liberation. Clinging is a bondage, non-clinging is a liberation. So attachment is a bondage, detachment is a freedom. So here, every human being psychologically have the great attachment with a religion and a religious leader. So here, and the people who are expressing, they are not bothering about the psychological state of other person. So they are using negative things. There is a principle called the one Dale Carnegie. He has written one book called How to Win and Influence People. He has written many good principles in the human society to live very harmonious manner. So he said the first principle for personality development, for managing people, for administration, for everything, the first principle of Dale Carnegie is don't criticize, don't condemn, don't complain, understanding the other people, appreciate the other person point of view. So here you see, if you criticize some people, they may criticize. Sometimes in this connection, we have to remember the great sloka of ancient Sanskrit literature. Jihvagra vartate Lakshmi, Jihvagra mitra bandhava, Jihvagra bandhana prapti, Jihvagra maranam dhruvam. So if you use your words very carefully, you may get money. If you use very carefully your words, you may get more relatives and friends. Or if you are not using very carefully your words, you may enter in the prison. You may go to jail. Or if you are not using carefully, if you are using disorderly, negatively, destructively, harmfully, relating with other religions or other person which are harmful, you may enter into death also. So here the word is a medicine and word is a poison. Because of lack of awareness about the effects of the world, these people are using. They have no psychological understanding. They have no respect the power of the words. The words have a great power in the human being life. Sometimes if you use one word, we may get extraordinary energy. Sometimes if you use one word, that may create a suicide for somebody. So here, lack of care, lack of respect on the human being language, the lack of confidence on the power of the human being words and the concepts and the religions, they are using with the emotional manner, they are getting. That's why here our ancient philosophy tell, use very carefully while using your words, use every word with watchfulness, because we are using RO system water, clean water. So filter water, after filter we are taking water. In the same manner, while we are releasing our words, we have to filter constantly with the help of the awareness. Then only we can live. But the policy makers, some politicians, many politicians are great people. Many politicians are not thinking positively. So some people, men or women, they are emotionally releasing, they are facing, because a lack of faith on the words, lack of understanding about the effects of the words, they are facing so many problems, because it is nothing but a lack of wisdom about the capacity of the human being, words and the knowledge. Amresh sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for your extraordinary keynote address and discussion. You are real philosopher, sir. According to Aristotle, Socrates, they are always, Socrates is the main dialogue method. So always question and answer. So through questions only you can learn many things. Thank you very much, sir. With your permission, may I go for presentation, sir.
Okay, Amresh sir, please move.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Please move.
Right. Good evening to our keynote speaker, Professor Chennai sir, and Dr. Sutasani madam, another coordinator, and noble participants, one and all, for a very nice discussion. Sir, I am going to mute you, sir, because it is coming some noise. Yes, sir. Right. So, top tips for writing an excellent research paper under this series of 100 programs. First 10 we did on research, search and research related ICT oriented, and another 11th to 20th we did on publication. Again, 21st to 30th we did on different types of qualitative research methods. Now 31st to 40th program we are going to concentrate on again on publication. Top tips for writing an excellent research article. The two learning outcomes of the present session is understanding the concept of research paper. What is research paper? When compared with normal general paper or essay, what is a learning top tips for writing an excellent research paper? So there are so many innovative ways, tips are there. According to Pomodoro, Pomodoro, Pomodoro technique, Italian, the tomato, 25 minutes work, 5 minutes break. So I thought it is our duty to refresh by ourselves while listening a music. Now video song. Here you can see Hanikarak Bapu. Actually, the Amir Khan, very nice movies. The boxing, the taekwondo, so many. Even I like Tare Jamin Par, the Amir Khan movie for a special student movie. So this song is very nice. Babita, she is a recipient of a Padma Shri from Haryana. The Haryana and Punjab, very good for sports and games. Just to refresh by yourself watching this 5 minutes video, then we can concentrate on the topic. Just this is buffering. Because of privacy settings, it is taking place. Only 1 minute. It's better. I can open directly. Very nice song. I think maximum participant already watched. Actually, here heavy rain started already. Okay, no problem. Okay, I think the YouTubes have some problem. It is better I can start my presentation directly. Chennai sir, am I audible?
Amareswar audible, please talk directly.
Okay, sir.
Amareswar.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Just this system little bit struck. Only 1 minute, sir. Yes. Okay. Is creating some problem. No problem. Right. So actually, I completed 1 month back, means May 16th, less than 1 month, one MOOC course on writing articles. Those who are really interested, please go through LinkedIn. You can upgrade from normal account to trial version without paying any fee. Also, you can do many courses. This is very useful course. Right. What is a research paper? A research paper is a piece of academic writing. So one day while discussing with Dr. Srutosini Gogoi madam, her her grandfather still at the age of 82 also is doing research. So he has some on a home. Ma'am also expert on philosophy of religion. Actually, he is doing, but he doesn't have any research experience. But he is doing research very good. But the systematic approach is not up to the mark. So Dr. Sotosini madam is was discussed many things. So it is our duty to what is many people are doing research, but those who have an academic background, those who have MPhil or PhD are trained one. That's why trained and untrained. So here we are academic writing consisting of analysis, interpretation, and argument-based research. Here, in comparison to essays, research papers are for more detailed, in-depth. They don't only focus on your writing skills, but your research skills as well. Hence, the name research paper. When writing a research paper, you don't just share your opinion. Maximum researchers are doing sharing their opinion only on the matter, but also include a lot of factual information, including any relevant sources. Here, you can take sources from journals, magazines, newspapers, PhD published things, unpublished things, even YouTube videos, social networks, many. So even oral also, because whenever you are doing research on ethnic groups, maximum oral discuss only, not a written concept. So cultural memory we are calling. So these type of evidences you need. Before going to start our tips, it is our duty to understand what are the characteristics of a good research paper. Here to get people come back. So it is our duty. Whenever suppose you have one shop, if you want to attract the customers again and again, it is your duty to provide a quality provisions and good response, good always interpersonal relation skills. The way you are treating the customers. Sometimes they, because of rude behavior of the owner and shopkeepers, the customers are not in a position to revisit. A good article must be relevant to the audience or good enough to serve its purpose. What is purpose? That's why whenever you are going to do anything to write or do, please question yourself what to do, where to do, when to do, why to do, and how to do, why to do. So always better 5 W's and 1 H. A good article must be complete. Incomplete content may appear to be here erroneous. Actually, I want to share some live examples. Dr. Srutasini Gogoi, madam, again I'm taking why this is a reason. She has two sons. Was the younger one, just 4 years completed, fifth year running. He can speak very fluently. His cognitive development is extraordinary. There is no gap. Clarity in his mind, understanding, and completeness. His sentence is always complete. I observed many students and kids that maybe a start very nicely, loudly, but at the end it is not in a position to audible. But he is extraordinary. A good article must be accurate. Content having here errors will mislead the reader, which can lead to employing wrong decisions. It is always better to give a valid. A good article should be friendly and easy to read. When I attended a international conference, NELTA, Nepal English Language Teachers Association, in the year 2018, the time I was a, UGC research awardee. Under that, I attended a teacher, professor, English professor from IFLU, English Foreign Language University, Hyderabad. He said maximum English language teachers, they use difficult words to express their vocabulary, skill of vocabulary, and but that is not a right way. Though language means communication means a common purpose. It is my duty to deliver in such a way it is understandable to you all and reachable to all. But sometimes we have one teacher. It is not good to mention the name of the teacher, was superannuated from our NEHU, our own school. He, whenever he is writing any letter to the administration, he use such a type of words. The non-teaching administration always they keep their head on the table. So what type of teacher he is, where he is using, why to use this type of words? They are not in a position to identify the meaning of those words in the dictionary also. This type of, but this is not good. Our main intention is to reach, to convey. That's why the Annamaya in our Telugu language, Padakavita Pitamaha, he reached crowds of people through his simple language, simple poems. It must be available and communicated when it's needed. However, it can also be here delayed. It must be reliable. So in research, we need a reliability and validity in the same way. The article also reliable. A good article must not cost more than its worth. It may be ignored if it does. Today, I interacted with Professor Strimley Duckham, former Dean of Humanities School of Humanities in Northeastern Hill University. One of teachers of IFLU Shillong campus, he published one book. But what she done? She may kept two double space in her book. So it almost 550 pages and cost is 550 rupees. So if really she do single space, but it may become 150 pages and cost 150 rupees. Now, because of this high cost, there maximum people are not in a position to buy it. So today, while reading for our program, for single plate of image, the journals are collecting $1,000. In elsewhere, I identified 9,902 9,99,000 rupees. Even for one article, they are charging 9 lakh, almost 10 lakhs rupees also. So this is a paid, we have different types of journals. Before going to publish your article, it is your duty to read the guidelines of the journal. If you are publishing it is journal or in a edited book, always go for the guidelines, whether it is Times New Roman or 1.5, whether we can use tables and figures, only text if university news earlier. But today I read our articles, they are publishing even empirical data also right now. Earlier I told they are only descriptive type, but non-empirical, but now empirical data also they are allowing. Right. There are 8 different various researchers. They have given different types of. If I'm going to share with you a n number of tips. Here 8 steps. Number 1 is carry out research. That's why we are without research it is not possible to write any article. But you can write the based on secondary data, whether primary data or secondary data. But here carry out research. Choose good topic. Identification of a research problem is the first step in our research in publication also. But maximum here I want to share our conference workshops 11th to 20th workshops. Maximum researchers they're writing abstract at the beginning, then a full-length paper. No, this is not wrong way. It is your duty to write a full paper first. After writing full paper, then only you can go for abstract and keywords. Write here down the notes, brainstorm the outline. Whenever I am guiding to my dissertation students and PhD scholars, I'm always making them chapterization first. Chapter 1 introduction, chapter 2 review of literature, chapter 3 methodology, chapter 4 analysis interpretation, chapter 5 conclusion, major findings and conclusion. Within introduction 1.0 is a introduction, again 1.2 the concept, whatever. So start with the introduction and end with the conclusion. It is must in almost all the articles. Introduction and conclusion is must. And references. Maybe if you are want to add bibliography more than references, we can. Those who are not able to cite it and it is important, you can make it under bibliography. Write here prospectus and outline. Write good introduction. Maximum readers they read your abstract introduction and conclusion only before going to your full length paper. So better to what to consider in introduction. In the upcoming slides I'm going to show you. Write proper body, give good conclusion. See, that's why I told introduction conclusion is must. Then here the steps to write a research paper. Now familiarize yourself with the assignment. What type of? Suppose maximum female teachers, they're teaching something and that they're trying to publish papers on some other aspects. When I was a scholar, I attended one program. One teacher, she took a child care leave when she was carrying after delivery. So within those 2 years, she spent the time to publish very nicely whatever she thought in her classes, not beyond the classroom. Suppose I'm teaching sociology groups, primary group, secondary group, tertiary group, in group, out group, formal group, informal group. What is the impact of groups? So I can study some more and I can write instead of going new topic. So select, that's why you select always topic to familiar, whatever is a familiar topic to you, not the new one. Select a subject, maybe nowadays interdisciplinary also according to UGC's care list. You can publish any subject, any discipline, equal weightage you have. Then you do research, then organize your study. Here create a thesis here and make a rough outline. So then here write. Here content editing. Editing is very important. Make a grammar check. For that, it is better you can note down if you are not aware. Grammarly app is available. Google Google Chrome add-on simply is a free for but if you have a paid version, you will get some more extra options. NEHU provided a paid version for us. Now, every time I'm using Grammarly, once manually check up, but second one is app through app. Read your research paper before submitting it. So proofreading, best example, Mukim ma'am, Shillong Times editor, always the proofreading, they read from, see, is there any participant in our program, they're reading from first page to last page, it is not possible for us, but the editors, they have different columns, but maximum they are reading from first page to last page. Otherwise, it is not good for their reputation. So here, medium-sized group readers. Here you can see the articles always title, abstract, introduction, and full article. This is simple. The other model here, opening, knowledge gap, here action and resolution, introduction, relevant literature explained with your study is novel hypothesis. If the research, maybe a hypothesis is singular, hypothesis plural. Here material and methods. Introduce study system. Maximum, if you are not able to systematic review method, there are 14 types of reviews. You can use systematic review is also one of the method, and the what type of we introduced almost 8 types of qualitative research methods here: case study, focus group, ethnography, phenomenology, and number of so result objective. In general, even research paper also you can write even objectives, even research questions and hypotheses. Here discussion, interpret your results in a novel way, innovative way, and you can uh, associate maybe a correlation, whether your findings is supported by findings of others or it is against. You can conclusions and implications. Educational implications is very important for education background scholars and teachers. Here typical research article structure: abstract, a problem statement, indication of methodology, main findings, and here principal conclusion, again within introduction, literature review, methodology, process of data collection. There are primary data, secondary data, tertiary data, techniques and data analysis, whether it's a qualitative data analysis or quantitative data analysis, even methods now, mixed methods also, research discussion. Again within here they are telling introduction, evaluation, conclusion. Within conclusion, acknowledgement and references. Now it is our duty to even plagiarism test also. For thesis up to 10% it is acceptable. One more model is an introduction, materials and methods, and IMROD. Actually they are calling IMROD, IMRAMM, R and D discussion. So introduction, material and methods, result, and D discussion. This is one type. Guidelines for writing successful research paper. You can see here. Here, use a unique style of writing. Suppose for social sciences in general, they are going for American Psychological Association nowadays, 8th. So some others may be MLA for language teachers, for IEEE. There are different types of styles are there. It is your duty to go through the guidelines of the journal. Then only you can, without reading the guidelines, don't write any paper. Have a clear understanding of the contents. The writing should be simple, avoid unnecessary jargons. Just like sometimes whenever you are speaking, you can use in the same way. In the writing is different, speaking is different. Whatever I can speak, it is not in a position to write in the same manner. It not looks good. The same way, develop in-depth knowledge of the subject. Not a basic, is in-depth, critical. So use innovative ideas, ways to justify the research work. And explain different scientific terminologies and provide a track of bibliography. Here to strictly follow all the specifications of the approving and publishing authority. Whenever you are citing it, whenever you are taking any information from any source, it is better to give credit to the authors or organization. Thoroughly proofread from top to bottom of the research paper. Suppose when times even the errors are taking place, whenever I have last workshop, I just put a Professor Chennai sir name, Professor P Chennai, instead of P, just wrote written, but sir not pointed any fault, just given the information it is missing. Yes, it is my duty to proofread. That's why whenever I prepare, I'm whether to sending to Professor Chennai sir or Professor Dr. Srutasini madam. So these are guidelines. There are 8 types of steps now. Guidelines to write a successful research paper. All researchers should have unique style. Already we mentioned these 8 things in the earlier image. A proper schedule of writing is essential. A scientific research paper writing. Here, chalk out an outline with complete details. Before writing any paper, please note down these are the titles. For your main purpose, I already posted this PPT and this live video in my blog. You can get along this one. I posted some more information about research and publication. hamsaredi.blogspot.com. At the end of my presentation, I can show you those who joined first time. So introduction, abstract, keywords, references here, but these references in general will come at the end. Topic and research importance, materials to help, hypothesis, different. Actually, there is no single format. Some journals, they have different formats, some other, and word limit also. It is your duty to limit. Some journals, they allow up to 2000, some journal, they allow up to even 5000, but abstract maximum journal 250 words to 300 words. So consult your peers on the outline stage for feedback, create a complete draft, simultaneous a writing of materials and methods, ways to write the results section, and write here brief introduction of all the flagship of the research, select the best strategy for revision, write the references. In general, the journals, they ask to for modify, sometimes re-edit modification, sometimes at the final stage only they reject, or simply instead of rejecting, they simply say maybe our journal objectives maximum times the journal rejection rate is high because of selecting inappropriate journal. Some journals already they mentioned we publish only the value related or something, but if we are other than the same theme, if you send, even though article is an excellent, but it is not appropriate. Suppose to travel from Guwahati to New Delhi, my duty to purchase a ticket for Guwahati to New Delhi. If I purchase to Guwahati to Tirupati, so I am not, even though I purchased it is a valid but wrong direction. It is our duty to always go in the right direction. Brainstorm with your co-authors. If you have maybe more than one author, up to 7 authors also we can keep, but only maximum first author will get the maximum API score, 70% remaining equal. There categories are there. Read up on your chosen topic. Here find the gaps of the literature. Why you are doing, is there anyone already done this work or research paper written? Then what is the need, what is the uniqueness of your paper, how it is may be helpful for your authors or your readers. Gather the statements of the problem, here formulate your hypothesis and establish your scope and limitations, sometimes limitation. Now we will move from step to step. Suppose title, identification of problem. Your problem means a title is your first step. Want to here increase the impact of your manuscript title, follow these tips now. Number one, ensure that the title is clear, interesting, and attracts the reader's attention. Prefer using declarative titles. Professor Chinnai sir, whenever we are creating a title, always sir appreciate because sir given full freedom. Dr. Sutasuni madam and Professor Chinnai sir being collaborators, even I have more freedom to go ahead. So this is the first good quality to organize, to continue. Now this is our 31st program. Tomorrow's is the 37th program. And the 28th is the 6th doctoral research, already 8th international conference. So sequence is still continuing without any misunderstanding because of this clarity. The title should be around 10 to 15 words. Please remember, see, how there is no such type of hard and fast rule, but maximum researcher they use 10 to 15 words, not more than 15 words. Highlight key aspects of study using keywords. Shorter titles increase citations. See, because whenever someone is referring, if your title is very short, suppose one of my PhD scholars, he selected music education in Shillong. So simple, some others, ICT information practicing of ICT information communication technology, BEd college teachers or programs in Manipur. So they have the place is there and which level they are taking and what they are studying. In general, the dependent variable always appears on your title. Now, avoid unnecessary words and technical jargons. Make sure the title conforms to journal guidelines. See, this is very important. Journal guidelines and it formatted properly. Maximum rejection rate because of not following the guidelines properly. How to write an eye-catching research paper title, do's and don'ts. No. Keep the title brief and clear. Already we learned this. Use active verbs in the title. Keep here, see, minimum they are using 10 words, 10 to 15, 10 to 12 like that. Use keywords in the title. Don't use write lengthy titles, don't do. And unnecessary details to the title, no need. Here use lesser known abbreviations in the title. In general, don't write abbreviations. Suppose TV or ICT, maximum people know, but those people are also there, those who don't know about. Use complex here noun based phrases, these things. 8 quick tips to create here a great research paper title. Number one, write the title after you finish writing your paper. But in general, what we are doing, identification of problem is the first step. After identifying, we are going for, but this one is another type of tips. First there, but in general, at least we can write the theme first. So what is, suppose music education Shillong. Within music education, what whether I identified whether is classical music or pop. So whatever it is, better to go for specific. The second one, keep it clear, concise, and attractive. Ensure the title it's too long or too short. It is neither long or not short. It is a medium. Use keywords and phrases from your paper. Maximum Indians, researchers, scholars, students, they're trying to word only key. Suppose music education, only music education like this. No, we can use some phrases also. Ensure that the title indicate exactly what your research is about. Check whether the title reflect the tone of your paper. Sometimes whenever you are reading, title is different and the body is something different. Avoid using acronyms or abbreviation and jargon. Ensure that your paper delivers what the title promises. It is always better to. And 10 tips for writing here. Persuasive research paper abstract. After title, in general, in any research paper, even though abstract is appearing after title, after authors, it is your duty to write after completing your research paper. So here write the abstract after writing the full paper. Very nicely they mentioned. See, this is the same I learned through Tyler and Francis. Think of the reader, write an engaging, clear and concise abstract. In this way, actually, please, whenever you are going to organize any seminar or conferences, don't ask abstract and full-length paper separate dates. In general, maximum people, what they are doing, abstract is 10th May or 10th June, 20th or 25th June or May is a full-length paper. Don't do like this. In that way, maximum researchers, what they do, they write abstract first. After that, they will write full-length paper. Don't give that type of chance to them. You simply write full-length paper abstract, full-length paper with abstract. So only single date is an end date. Then we can. This is the best way to improve our quality of work or research. So here include the most significant findings of your study. Then fourth one, follow your paper structure when writing the abstract. Whatever you are writing the abstract, it is better to follow. Add the main ideas from each section of your paper for an all-round perspective. So here, do not share any new information if it is not in your paper. It cannot be in your abstract. So whatever you mentioned in the abstract promise, it is better. Do not use any abbreviations or jargon that would confuse the readers. Suppose in general, turnover or in ONGC. So if you are writing ONGC for one people, they can think that in the oil related, but some others have different. So there are different type of explanations or abbreviations. It is our duty to write whenever you are writing. Suppose information communication technology, within bracket you can put, then you can now onwards the information communication technology you can read as ICT. So that type of explanation if you give, they can understand. Add important keywords to your abstract to make it easy discoverable based on your keywords only. The citations, number of citations, there may be a chance to increase more. Do not add any tables, figures, or references here. Follow the journal's guidelines about word count abstract here. Do not add any tables abstract in the abstract. They're not telling in the full length paper. In the abstract, don't use any table or figure, only text. So here, this one actually is a very small size. This one, what I can do, I can minimize, I can maximize to show you it clearly. Right. So write down the paper firstly. Consider your targeted audience, whom, whether you are writing this one to students or scholars or teachers. Before you start, refer to the guidelines as sometimes repeated. I don't want to read again. Determine the type of abstract here. The reader intends to know why your research is vital and what is the purpose of your research. So try to identify the main motive. Describe the problem. You should give an overview of how you completed your study. If did your own work, include a description of here of it. Describe your results. You must provide a closer, this format of having a conclusion. Already I mentioned introduction, conclusion. Must keep the format at right and provide helpful information. Write it down from here scratch. So this is very, very important. Right, I can minimize. So here the research paper introduction. So first title, the abstract, then introduction. Use here upside down triangle method. Triangle method, sometimes you can see V shape, and here mention aim and importance. Use citations where necessary, but do not overdo it. Do not use multiple citations to support one statement. But sometimes we are familiarized use multiple citations based on the journal. Some journals they always use a single, some are there is no such type of condition. Be clear about your hypothesis or research questions. Give an overview of the paper. Short is sweet. See, this is always in general. Even myself also, I don't want to write more longer articles or essays. Very difficult. No one has time in general, to say frankly. They don't have time to read. Make it as a visual representation. In such cases, I can share one information here. Word gives single meanings, image gives 1,000 meanings, video gives million meanings. That's why I always select the video and images. The same information, if I write in a paragraph form, it is not catchy, but now you are very easily you can identify. Do not overflow your paper with too many details. No need. One day, one of our participants, they presented paper. So they are trying to, even they are good, excellent, but they're trying to cover each and everything in their presentation. It's not possible. You are the not only one researcher to concentrate everything. So we have everyone have their strength and limitations. Your paper also, it has its own scope and limitation. Don't do too many or too short. Whatever is sufficient, you can follow journal guidelines. This is first step. Actually, I can say first step is follow guidelines. So here, this is U shape. You can see you should care about this research. So what? And what's already known. So research gap, you can background, what's not known about that. That's why why important to learn this new information and research aim. So this is again the same thing, background information, current state of the field, specific problem, research questions or hypotheses. Even in general, the qualitative, they go for research questions, and so objectives are here, objectives and hypotheses. Even there are some quantitative researchers also, they are using both the research questions, objectives and hypotheses. So this is practical tips on writing A plus research paper. Understand the research paper assignment before you start. Choose an engaging topic. That is why first step, start searching and repeatable sources. Create a precise thesis statement. Develop a rough outline. Outline is must. Write a draft and finish up paper. So first draft, second draft. But maximum researcher trying to do the single attempt, but that is not good. Cite your sources and format your bibliography. So the writing process, pre-write. So before writing and after, plan and outline, write a first draft here, uh, redraft the again and revise, edit and proofread. That's so second, brainstorming, outline, drafting, revising, proofreading, final draft. The another type of here 5 steps plan process: plan, write, revise, edit, publish. In teacher education we are using plan, teach, feedback, replan, reteach, refeedback in the same way. So 6 tips to write a good research paper: proof check and copy edit here. Suppose it is coming from down. Understand the here content well. Number 2, use technical jargons carefully and choose the words carefully. Sometimes limitations are there. Divide the here essay into short, that's why outlines, paragraphs. Follow a simple at here intriguing writing style, proof check and copy edit. Always better. This one in the medical research medicine, they are always using anatomy, you know, the body skeleton here. The same way the anatomy of a scientific paper, always introduction, what is known, the knowledge gap to be filled, what is unknown, rationale or hypothesis, how and why, methodologies, what did you do, result, what results did you get, discussion and conclusion. This is very nice. 7 simple tips, focus on research topic on here, outline, same draft, same thing, develop a strong body, conclude a research paper logically, cite all and revise all. So 8 steps here also: research, pre-writing, organizing here ideas, drafting, revising, editing, reading here, comprehension, time management. This is very important. This is actually taken from the SAGE 9 tips for writing successful research papers. I can show this one the same in the here. Before you begin your paper, make sure you know what your lecture is asking of you. If you are not sure, ask. Choose your topic carefully. Already I told, just I will take only 5 to 6 minutes. And choose your topic carefully. Utilize all the resources. Better color code your research notes by theme. Make sure you keep a bibliographic information. Whenever you are referring, please note down author, year of publication, publisher, if it's journal, volume, issue number, URL, everything. Otherwise, suppose you are taking only content, forgot to refer, taking the citations, bibliography informations, it is a waste of time. Always better to remember, and always keep one big book and pen with always you. I'm always keeping whenever, because forgetting is a human nature. Some innovative thoughts will come. When I joined FIP FDP faculty development program in the year 2013 at ICSSR NER Shillong, NEHU. Professor Srivatsava from Delhi University Anthropology is a supervisor of some Ghosh madam here, Sudipta Ghosh from Anthropology. He did his PhD in University College of in London. He said, I always, my research supervisor suggested to keep on paper and pen with you. Some thoughts come just like a thunder comes. It is always our duty to not catch it. So create a thesis statement that is clear, uh, here arguable and precise. Plan your paper before you start writing. When you have finished writing, read it thorough and ask whether you have expressed better to utilize your maybe colleagues, friends, other second author. Carefully proofread your final draft, checking the grammatical and typographical error, and that every source is accurately referenced. So this is very good. 10 tips here. Frame a simple and concise title. Already this one we covered maximum. 11 steps here cover are title page, abstract, table and content, research paper introduction, here paper body, literature review, method, result, discussion, research paper conclusion, bibliography. This is the exact. So the another one is a find a topic, look it up, take notes, outline your paper, create your first draft, revise, edit, present your paper. This is another very nice. This is actually tips for writing computer science research manuscript. Sometimes our participant heterogeneous group, they can check the recently published manuscripts also, check the here language flow. Maybe every subject they have different vocabulary, different terminology. So here common challenges in writing physics manuscript, because I am also maths, physics, chemistry, BSc and education, philosophy, ICT, different backgrounds. So physics, those who are writing, You can always insufficient supplementary data, lack of clarity, choosing a suitable journal, language and style, plagiarism, and vagueness. These are the common challenges in writing physics manuscript. So 20 here, already I shared this PPT with all of you through my blog. You can go through it. This one just I can, for the purpose, I can open this one. I can show you very good 21 steps to writing a research paper. They explained very nicely. Because of these programs, myself also I'm enhancing learning many things. Being a teacher, my duty to learn. At the same time, while teaching to others, I can learn better. So who is the best beneficiary among the participants and the resource persons? I am the best, more benefited person when compared with others. If I teach to others, I can remember 95% after 2 weeks. Determine the author, start writing before it's the same. Decide the time to publish, draft title and abstract here. Re-examine the list of authors. Determine the basic format. I already embroidered IMRAD here. Introduction, methods, research and discussion. Sometimes they use a single small letter A, embroidered. And C content here, research article, short and brief communication, rapid communication, select the journal, language, focus, indexing, availability, repetition, format, figures, charts, charges. Even here I told na $1,000. See here, this may be much as $1,000 per color plate. That much costly. We have another 5 minutes. Write the first draft, then revise the manuscript, make major alterations, polish the style, format the document, check the references, write final title and abstract, read the journal instruction to author, prepare the final illustration, get feedback on your manuscript, and then revise your manuscript again. Submit the manuscript to editor, deal with the here reviewers' comments, and 20th, check the proofs and celebrate. Celebration is also very important whenever you are publishing any article. So here, characteristics of effective research paper conclusion, stress the importance of this statement, gives the research paper a sense of completeness, levels here, leaves a final impression on the reader. The last slide, characteristics of an effective regarding, I can show you only 3 slides within 1 minute. Here, generic contains new information, engages in idle discussion, apologies instead of addressing here the weaknesses of the research, emotional instead of analytical. So the emotional never work. It is our duty be analytic. This one is very good. Says how to guide for academic writing and publishing. Sage. Those who want to select a Sage journal, please go through it. And Springer Nature. This one is also author's tutorial, very excellent. And authors, this one also, you have Tyler and Francis. I'm going to provide you 2 courses. This one is actually, I think 3 weeks courses, very, not 3 weeks. This is maybe, yes, 5 weeks courses. 9 tips for writing an excellent paper. So this, I can show you. These are all myself and Dr. Sotosini madam. So now just I show you only within 30 seconds. This is my post. Just I posted for benefit of our participants. So otherwise, simply you can take note down hamsareddy.blogspot.com. I created this blog in the year 2011 on my mom's name. But 2018 onwards, I'm using those who first time joined, maybe maximum participants, regular participants, they are aware of my blog. Even I can share this link with all of you in the chat box. If someone is first time, you can keep this URL link with all of you. So see, just I posted here top tips for writing an excellent article. This live video is there, and the top tips for writing an excellent article. This is my PPT, and education and research and publication. If you click this one, this is very important. I think that is, sorry, not 3 weeks or 5 weeks, 12 weeks. So each 12 weeks, Almost 12 weeks means 3 months. 6 months course you can get in a single click. No need to wait to 12 weeks. When you go to this post, educational research, innovative ways of researching. Under here, Tyler and Francis, how to research here, change the world. Early career learning program 12 week and mid career learning program 12 week. Please go through it. You will get all the learning material here. This is very useful. So we don't want to take more time because already listening. Please go through it for the purpose of our participants. Already I stored in my Google Drive, shared our myself and Dr. Sutasni Madam invented one 7S model: search, select, study, skillful, store, share, and smart. So this is about. So now over to our participants. Only 1 minute. We can finish within 1 minute. This is you can go through it. The 12-week material will. If you go through all this PPT and material, whatever is available, you will get. I think there is no need of anything. So simply you will get everything here. No need to ask anyone. Okay, now I'm stop sharing the screen.
Amresh sir.
Sir.
Congratulations for your nice presentation.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
So now we can take only 1 minute. If anyone have any query, then we'll go for a vote of thanks and national anthem. I will share the feedback form. Your certificate is ready. You will get your certificate immediately. Right.
Good evening, sir.
Anyone?
Good
Yeah,
evening,
please,
sir.
please.
Sir, my name is Venkateswara Ganapati.
Please, sir. You are very familiar. Please.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. On what basics they grade the research paper like A plus like that, sir?
No, actually here number of citations, the A plus in general, there is high quality journals, the peer reviewed and the rejection rate is more, acceptance rate is very less because of high competition and high quality. At the same time, is extraordinary research. Suppose those who are doing a national, international research organization at a global level and more scope is more. So, but according to UGC, we have only group 1, group 2, the type of earlier different types of, now they minimized earlier 4 types, now only 2 categories. So according to UGC, but again they are changing now, right now. You have peer-reviewed journals also enough for PhD scholars to publish. Earlier is the care listed. So you forget about all those things, sir, because our API score is based on your impact factor. There is no impact factor. You have one type of up to maybe a 1, 5, 10 like that. So better, what is your topic and objective of your topic? What is journal? What type of journals are available? You look on that one. You think in that way, and better to select international, peer-reviewed, and high quality is the impact factors. These all the criteria you keep in mind, sir. Before publishing, please keep always some cloning journals are also available. Please, before submitting, you inquire about these journals with your friends, colleagues. You check, double check, recheck, then only you can. These days, so many cloning journals. Simply they say they are sending mail, will publish within 1 or 2 days, like that. Please don't publish. On the occasion of first international workshop on 18th November, Professor Roy sir, our honorable former Vice Chancellor, said, it is your duty to publish in a right journal instead of a wrong one. So otherwise you keep in your drawer.
Yeah. Very nice explanation, sir. Thank you very much.
Welcome, sir. Welcome, sir. Chennai, sir, we don't, it is not good to take more time. I will go for a vote of thanks and national anthem, sir.
Okay, Amresh, sir.
Thank you very much for all the participants and our keynote speaker, Professor P. Chennai, sir, for extraordinary discussion, your happiness and contentment, so many psychological, philosophical things. These things are also very important for your research. Research is innovative, whatever, just to see covered the uncovered things. Already is there, but you covered with something better too. So simple way, uncover the covered thing. So the research, you can see different angle. So many examples are there in physics and chemistry and mathematics. If you see in one direction, you can get something. In the mirror, you need exact. Suppose you are just behind the mirror. If you try, it is not possible to see. In the same way, you look in differently to identify. Thank you very much for extraordinary explanation given by Professor Chennaya sir and our noble
Thank you.
participant. Welcome, sir. So,
Thank
Honorable Vice Chancellor, sir, Professor Prabhasankar Sukla, sir, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Raja Reddy, sir, and Professor Mitali Kaur, ma'am, Dr. Rajendra Prasad Bhartakur, sir, Professor Mipun, sir, Professor Dikshit, sir, very Professor Dr. Srutasini Gogoi, madam, and noble participants. Thank you for your patience and cooperation. We can see you again tomorrow at 5 p.m. on Subhash Chandra Bose, a true leader. So on the occasion of Azadi Ka Amrita Mahotsav, it is the right time to celebrate and think, learn about Subhash Chandra Bose. Now Janaganamana, then you will get feedback form, you will get certificate. Thank you very much.
जनगणमन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
Jai Hind. Thank you. So I'm sharing feedback form with all of you. Please submit and check your mail after submitting. Just 1 second. Yeah, I got. YouTube all viewers also, please, you can submit your feedback form. After submitting, you can check. Just sharing. Just yes, please submit. YouTube viewers, please submit. Yeah, just I'm posting YouTube viewers for you. Please submit. I think right now 8. This is a feedback link. After submitting, you can check your mail. Swati Madam, Anvish Sharma ji, Abhitra Bhattacharya, Professor SKP, Ramita Saha, Atul Bhaskar, Suja, please. YouTube viewers, you submit. Now I'm closing live, YouTube live. Please submit. Thank you very much.